Okay, I'm going to go through some examples of how to work out this type of question that you sometimes get on Key Stage 3. So you've got to work out what the missing number is. So you're told, the missing number times 16 equals 64, and 8 times 8 also equals 64. So what's the missing number? And this relies on recognizing patterns in numbers. It is actually quite straightforward. When you understand the basic sort of rules of patterns. So let me give you a couple of examples. It's best explained by just showing you a few examples. So if you take, for example, 2 times 40 is equal to 80. Now what I can do is I can take this digit here 2, and I can multiply this digit by 2 to give me 4. Now whatever I do to the left-hand digit, if I do the opposite to the right-hand number, I'll retain the equation. So so here I've multiplied by 2. So the opposite of multiply by 2 is divide by 2. So if I divide by 2, I end up with 20. So 4 times 20 is also equal to 80. So as long as you do the opposite, you'll preserve the number on either side, and that's how you can use this to work out a missing number. So again, just taking that one more step. So let me multiply that by 2 again. That'll give me 8. But because I've multiplied by 2 here, I'll do the opposite to the other number. So 20. This time I'll divide by 2, which will give me 10, and that is still 80. So I've kept the both sides equal. So I'll do one more example just to make the point. So 5 times 36 equals 180. Okay, so again, on the left hand side, I'll multiply by 3, let's say. Yeah, so 5 times 3 gives me 15. So if I do the opposite on the right hand side of the multiply, so the opposite of multiply here is divide. So if I divide by 3 on this side, I'll end up with what do I end up with? 12. So 36 divided by 3 is 12, and therefore I preserve the answer, which is 180. And again, I can multiply by 3 again. Let's do it one more time. Multiply that by 3, you get 45. So because I multiply by 3, I'll do the opposite. I'll divide by 3 on this side, and I'll end up with 4, and that's still 180. So let's do a couple of practical examples of working out missing numbers. So let's say you were given an exercise where you were told that 10 multiplied by 3 is equal to 30, and 5 multiplied by something is equal to 30. So the way you work this out, and perhaps if I use a different coloured pen it might make it easier. So to go from 10 to 5, what we've done here is divided by 2. So we need to do the opposite to the number on the right. So if you've divided by 2, you're going to multiply by 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. So therefore the answer, the missing digit here is 6. So let's do one more. Let me forget that one. Actually, I'll just delete it. Right. Let's do another example. 6 times 3 equals 18, and 3 times something equals 18. So what's the missing number? So again, you look at the first digit and say, right, to go from 6 to 3, I've divided by 2. So because I've divided by 2 on this side, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to times by 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. So the missing number is 6. I'll do one more example, just one more. Oh, hang on a minute. I'll go back to my black pen. Sorry about that. Just get rid of that. Let's go back to black. So 16 times 3 equals 48. And let's say we've been asked to work out something else. Missing number times 6 is equal to 48. What's the missing number? Again, same pattern as before. What do we do to go to change 3 to a 6? We multiplied it by 2. So multiplied on this side, we're going to divide by 2 on this side. So 16 divided by 2 is 8. The answer is 8.